Okay. Holy moly. It's the first one in a while, guys and girls. First one in a while. I think we're live. Let's check. We dang on better be. We dang on better be. We are. Okay. Holy moly. Holy crud. What's up, folks? What's going on? Does it say the name? We're going over the list today. We're going over the list, and there better not be any dang on problems from you. All right? I'm not trying to hear it. VHS cam's looking prim and proper. The frame and frame. Oh, look at that, dude. Bransolino with our boy. Look at this, dude. Sheesh. Cheeks are looking swole. Looks like I got collagen in each one. Baya. Look at that. We're looking good, dude. We're looking good. Sounding good. Sounding wonderful. Let's make a post on Patreon, because this is... I'm going to tell you something right now. Coming on here and streaming on YouTube. The year of the horse, that's changing. This stuff is going to be moved. Yo, 56 of you boys in here already? Holy moly. Holy moly, dude. Times are changing. There used to be like 4, maybe 5. Holy moly. And I think once I make this post, it should be more. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. They released the files, right? Kinda. I was gonna do this like a proper video. I was gonna sorry, I'm tired. I literally can't multitask like at all. But anyone who like expected this to be something insane or like, come on, man. I really can't multitask. It's like really bad. I'm like nervous right now. I didn't know that there's 56 people in here. There might even be more now. There might be maybe everybody left when I got excited. All right, here. Sorry, once I make this post, I'll be able to speak. All right, we're gonna make it free. All right, cool. Okay. All right, sweet. Awesome. All right, let me just share the link and then we're good. Make sure we're looking good on this. Cool. We're good, dude. We got it. Yeah, but anyone who like was expecting, oh man, they're gonna tell us that Donald Trump was in the building and he was hanging out with Michael Jackson and their the monkey bubbles, and the whole time they were being bad, and guess what? They're all going to jail now, and Obama's going to be the president again. At least he was refined. And Bibi Netanyahu, he's going to get sent to the moon, and he's going to have to live there, and we're all going to live stream it. And Asmund Gold's going to commentate on his life 24/7. That's gonna be it, guys. Wow. A real-life fairy tale ending. And all the bad people, they're going to go bye-bye. The bad people are the ones who released it. Yo, 91? Dude! Let's go! What is going on, bro? This rules. I'm even like... Okay, so I have the chat on another device so it doesn't slow down what I have going on. But yeah. Oh, sweet. Yeah, somebody said like the stream. Yeah, hit those likes. I think, how long have I been live? 110? Yo, baby, let's go. I'm such a dork. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta act like I've been here before. That's the main thing. You always gotta act like you've been here. I'm really bad at that. I recently, I got this really cool opportunity to go to a band's album release party thing, to go to an album release party, and there was like really, really famous people there. Not famous, but like cool. There's really cool people there. And I was just like, dude, I was literally like nervous. I was so nervous going into it. And it was in downtown LA on Sunset. And it's like in this super cool building. And I like walk in and it's, I was literally homeless like 2 years ago. I was homeless. So I've came a long way, just put it that way. And it was like super cool, and I wanted to take a picture so bad, and I was like, nah, I gotta act like I've been here before. But really, in the back of my mind, I wanted to just be like, so funny. It's funny. Somebody said I'm in Spring Valley Lake right now, down the street. Yo, I'm a lot farther than that. Location unknown. All right. I think we're gonna get started here in a minute. We'll give it like 2 more minutes so people can come in. Give it a couple more minutes. Set a goal. Nah, that's lame. Let's set a goal, guys. Let's get 10 super chats. I don't know. I don't need to set a goal. How's everybody's Christmas season going, though? How are we feeling about Christmas? Christmas is here. I have a Christmas special coming. I think I'm going to post the Christmas special. Today's the 19th, so I'm going to probably post that on Monday. Christmas special Monday. 2025 special will be probably New Year's, and then we're done for the year. So this year was nuts, dude. Started strong. Started weird. Actually started really weird. And then the middle of the year got super weird. And then it got progressively better. And now we're chugging along. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't know what happened at Thanksgiving. I don't know what happened. I have gained 10 pounds and I cannot lose it. I run every single day. Most people are like, yeah, I went for a jog. I run 10 to 20 miles a day. Because I'm mentally ill. And that's how much I run. And I cannot lose this weight. And I've picked up a really bad ice cream habit. I have an awful ice cream habit, and that might be it. I make a sugar cookie pizookie every single night, probably that. But that's only like maybe 1,200 calories. I'm burning like 6,000 calories a day. Couldn't tell you what it is. But also, someone said sounds like muscle. I have been lifting again, too. I started lifting again like 2 weeks ago. So, could be that. Christmas is 100% a pagan holiday. I used to think that, too. And then I did the research, and then I was like, no, it's not. But now, here's the thing. This is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll do the... We'll get into the files. Getting into like esoteric stuff or the occult or any of that stuff is really weird because you always think you've figured it out, and then there's more, and there's always more. Like you hit these like plateaus, and you're like, yeah, that's it, that's definitely it, and then you hit another plateau. And then there's also these weird times where you'll hit these, they're almost like, I don't really know what I would call them. It's almost like a horizon point or something where you actually hit this point where you realize why everything is the way it is. And then you're like, oh, it has to be this way. Like it has to be this way because people are so dumb that it can't be any other way. And then it's like kind of depressing. But then there's a hope in the fact of like, well, I figured it out. And then you realize like, actually, I don't know anything. It's like this weird loop. It's like a really weird loop. Lately, I've been at this. I think this is one of the biggest discoveries I think I've made. And I think the secret of hidden knowledge or the occult or like the secret of esoteric, I'll tell you what it is. It's not even a secret. It's not even like a thing, right? Like, you always think that like, oh, they're actually speaking in coded language and everything is a big code. And if you don't know the code, you'll never know. And actually, it's like, you always think that it's like this, like, oh, magic filled the air. And honestly, what it is, like what esoteric, what it is, honestly, is the main veil, like the veil that hides everything is honestly ignorance. That's all it is. Like, if everybody just stopped thinking that they knew, it would be so much better. Like, I think like what I have tried to do, right? Because there was a time when I was doing this, when I was like, yeah, these are the answers, this is it. Like early on, especially when I was doing the music stuff. And it's more so like, oh, these are truths that you can prove and you can source. And then you put those things you can prove and you can source together, and this is the picture it paints, and this is an idea of what is. And it could be wrong, could be right. But this stuff is 100%, I can factually prove these things. I think that's the best way to go about it. Because, like, perfect example, like the Charlie Kirk situation. Some people having dreams and saying that they are the chosen one, like that's I knew about the dreams. I knew people were having dreams. I didn't know that people were dubbing themselves the chosen one. Right when I started talking about that, how crazy is that? How insane is that? We don't have any lag at all until that gets brought up. Didn't have any issues. Didn't have any issues until then. Are we frozen? Yo. Are we frozen? I think we're completely frozen. The moment I say the CK word. All right. Good now. Okay. You know what's funny is whenever... That's actually the third time that mentioning that person with regards to that thing, that this has happened where the stream number will literally jump like 100 and then the stream begins to lag. So that's happened before. Go back to the last streams and you can find it. Now there's no sound. What can I do? I literally can't do anything. My mic is not off. Oh, it's not muted. Oh, okay. All right, I just gotta stop reading the chat. Yeah, it's probably this. There's a group of people who are pretty weird, pretty lame. Anyways, whatever. Yeah, let's get into the. Let's get into it. Someone said you were at 280 and went straight down to 210 in like a second. Yeah. You know what's crazy is the stream was completely fine until certain topics started getting brought up and certain people. Nothing we haven't seen before. But all right. So this is our boy with... I'm just going to turn the chat off. So if you send a super chat, I'm not going to see it. This is our boy with Richard Branson. I mean... Oh, wait. No. I was saving that one for later. I didn't know it was on slideshow mode. Maybe I got to turn chat on for that one. Yeah, this is our boy with Richard Branson. Pretty standard. I mean, billionaires hanging out with billionaires. Like what can we really expect? But yeah, we got our boy here. We got Finkelstein. We got our boy. We got our boy right here. What a silly thing that was, wasn't it? Wasn't that wild? When he was like, when Piers Morgan was like, I don't know anybody who uses the holly as a weapon. And then that happened. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, Richard Branson, like, what do you expect? Billionaires are going to hang out with billionaires. I don't know. This is a wild one. I'm wondering where this pool is, because there's a lot of photos with this pool. I think that this might be in the in his like South Florida home, but this right here in the middle, I'm pretty sure that that's Clinton. I'm pretty sure that that's Billy Boy. Old Bubba. Yeah, that's definitely him. You know what's super crazy is just like all of the people's phases who are blacked out. It's like, who are these people? And like, how many of them are dead? How many of them are still around? How many of them have been paid? How many of them haven't been paid? How many of these people have gotten no restitution? You know? Pretty crazy. I think the one thing I do want to say, though, is don't expect anything from this moving forward, because everything was legally supposed to be released today. Everything was legally supposed to be released today. 6 to 7% has been published. It's also supposed to be in a docket that is searchable. It's not. So there's that. It's also not supposed to be redacted. Legally, it's not supposed to be redacted. It is. It's completely redacted. Like, of the 6 or 7% that's been released, probably 40% of it is redacted. So, and I'm going to show some of that eventually. But you got to remember, these people are involved in murdering their own civilians. They've killed a president. 9/11, all of these things. These people do not expect anything from them. Because I'm telling you right now, this is all a massive op to appease the masses. Why do you think the first photos that were posted were all Michael Jackson? Oh, Michael Jackson! It's Michael Jackson! The most famous person! One of the most famous people in American history. Like, they have to just... Honestly, it's just like the person who had the dream. It's just like that. It's just a big wheel, so everybody's on the dream, and it's just, we're going to talk about it and circle around, circle, go around, right? So, anyways, don't expect anything. I really don't think anything's going to come of this. I really don't. And I hate to be like a kind of a doomer about it, but you know, all right, let's get back to it. So yeah, we got this one. This is Bubba. Here's Billy with just a girl. I'm not sure if this one looks familiar, but there's actually another photo that has been published before. that's different than this one. But it's interesting how this is like the first round, even though they're all supposed to be released today, as I said. But most of them are Bill. Like a lot of like the big names, it's mostly Clinton is like the big one. Okay, this is something too. So I was talking to my friend from college today. That was a real Tucker Carlson laugh, huh? I was talking to my friend from college today, and we were talking about how if you just, like, let's just say you had no prior knowledge to this. Let's say you didn't know. If I showed you these photos and I was like, oh yeah, this is like my grandpa, like having fun with some people. Like, let's say you have no knowledge of who any of these people are. They're not famous. You could just think like, oh, this is like SpongeBob at the Christmas party. Like this is just like a guy having fun. Like, oh, he's on vacation in South Florida with all these pretty young girls, you know? It's really weird. It's a really, whoa, not that camera. It's like a really jarring aspect of this. Like, this is like a silly photo of like an old guy, you know? Somebody said that this was him cosplaying Shrek online. That's so funny. It's funny, dude. Like this photo, right? Like, if you didn't know this was Jeffrey Epstein, you're like, look at this picture of my dad. He's like talking to my dog. You'd be like, oh, your dad's a silly guy. This low key looks like those like e-girls where they're like showing their feet and they're like trying to get money, right? Always with the checker floor. See, here's the thing too. Like we were talking earlier about how ignorance it really is the main veil when it comes to the esoteric. It's like just ignorance. Like if you look at this and the first thing you think is, checker floor. Checker floor. Like, yeah, like, okay, like this could just be a kitchen. Like, we get it, dude. If you know the checker floor thing, we get it. You know, there was this video I saw recently, and the video was this guy, and he was in Rockefeller Center, and he's pointing out all of these photos. He's pointing out all of the statues and artworks that are in Rockefeller Center. And he's like, yeah, this right here is the Freemasonry, and this over here, this is Babylon. And like, when he goes, this is Babylon, and it's literally a mosaic of St. Francis of Assisi. And then another one was a painting by William Blake, and the painting by William Blake, the thing, like the joke of the painting is that people think it's a Freemasonic painting because the painting shows God and he's like doing this, and it has lightning bolts coming out of each of his finger, and it kind of looks like the compass, the Freemasonic compass. And the joke is that people assume it's the compass, but it's not. That's not what it is. And he's like, yeah, you know, the compass right here. And it's just like, my point is like this guy thinks he knows everything, and he's just going on and on about nothing. Like he's saying St. Francis of Assisi is Babylon. There was a statue of Atlas holding the world, and he's like, oh, you know what that is? Like and it's just like, dude, like it's like mythology. Like, obviously there's something to mythology. It's probably Nephilim. Probably. But like, to think that somebody put a statue of Atlas in Rockefeller Center because they're trying to summon Satan, that's where you start to get to in these realms of like, you know, are we going to talk about this for 3 months and give me $600 super chats so that way I can just keep this going? Or like, what are we doing here, right? Like, I got to stop clicking that camera. Oh no, he's doing the hand cam. Oh shit, the hand cam. All right, next. Let's go next. But my point with that is like, I don't know. And like somebody like checked me in the comments recently too, and it's like, sometimes you have an ego. And it's like, yeah, I do. I need to check that. It's bad when I do that. Yeah, but this is I don't know. Look at him over the shoulder. This is chic right here. This is human trafficker chic. He's got that little over the shoulder look. Like, again, like this. If you're like, yeah, this is my grandpa being silly, you know. Also, I'll probably upload all of these in... Yeah, I will. I'll upload all of these in a file on the Patreon under the video file. And this is free on the Patreon too, so you guys can all grab it if you'd like. This is... Oh, this is... This is Chris Tucker, dude. Chris Tucker. Which Chris Tucker is an interesting one because he was really I mean, I guess it's kind of before my time a little bit, but it's like he was famous, but he wasn't like he wasn't like Chris Rock, was he? He wasn't like he's like a funny black comedian, but he wasn't like that big. I don't think. I mean, I guess Rush Hour was big. What else was he in? Friday? Damn it, I keep hitting the hand cam. I guess maybe he was that big. I don't know. Dude, when I saw this, I'm not even going to lie, I thought it was Michael Vick. I was like, oh shit, Michael Vick. Dude, it's Michael Vick. It does look... It literally looks like fucking Michael Vick. If you fucking showed me this, I'd be like, yeah, it's Michael Vick for sure. Yeah, Rush Hour was really big. Bro, we don't want to see your hand. I know, I'm accidentally doing it. It's an accident. I'm not purposely trying to click the hand cam. I don't even know why this cam is there. A lot of people, too, are saying, especially with the Michael Jackson pick, they're going like, this is AI. And I really don't think that they would do that because that would get caught so quick. But again, like, we have so many false flags constantly. Oh, I've already showed this one. So nice, I showed it twice. See, like this photo, dude, these are all chill grandpa photos. If somebody showed you that and was like, this is my chill grandpa, you'd be like, yeah, dude. And then you're like, oh, that must be your cousin there. Nah, it's not. That's just what looks like a small boy's leg. It's so dark. Look at the look on this guy's face, knowing that there's a child he has trafficked sitting not even 2 feet away from him. Asmongold, Hassan Piker, and Sam Hyde all have the same talent agency. Yeah, dude, I know. I was the one who broke that news like 4 years ago. I did a video on that when I was doing my podcast, Duh Heads. That was like years ago. I was the person who you probably got that information from. And I got that from a 4chan post. So I stole the 4chan post and made it mainstream. So if you want to know, if you really want to know the truth. But like, dude, look at the tattoo. Wild, bro. Are those Crocs? This is like really recent if those are Crocs. Are those Crocs? Dude's got long nipples. Yeah, those are Crocs. Crocs are not old, right? Crocs are like relatively new. I remember when Crocs got big. So, and this is blocked out. Also, that's the other thing too. So like, okay, we know like if there's photos that are blacked out of a person's face and we can see their body, we know it's like a woman or whatever, or child. But like some of these photos, we don't know who's in this photo. We don't know. That Trump could be on that photo. Who knows? Obama could be on that photo. Who knows? 100% who knows? Oh, this one is super, super weird. This is super weird. So this is a baby massage training manual. And it explains how to massage babies. See, like, personally, I feel like this kind of stuff is included and not redacted because the people who are releasing this stuff knows that this is going to get a lot of attention. Bradley Perkins says that they said that they're redacting political figures. 100%. Yeah. But no, stuff like, I'm telling you right now, stuff like this is 100% included because they know that this is going to take the brunt of the attention. This is what the focal point's going to be. And everybody's going to be talking about the baby massage manual instead of talking about why is this name redacted? Why is this redacted? Why is this redacted? Because this is so shocking. Oh no, damn it. This is so shocking. I have to delete this. There. There we go. That cam's deleted. Okay. Let's see what it says. Babies don't need any special training to begin enjoying massage. But mommies and daddies can create the benefit. Let's try to zoom. I need to zoom in to read it. Excuse me. But mommies and daddies can certainly benefit by learning a few tips from baby massage experts. Some good videos are available on the subject, and classes are given in many areas for parents, foster parents, grandparents, and anyone else interested. Who is interested? The massage techniques taught are not just for newborns either. Toddlers enjoy massage too. If you really get into it, you can become a certified baby massage instructor yourself. Yo, this is so dark. If you really get into it, what the... Some good training program in the U.S. are offered by a woman named Vimala Schneider McClure, who experienced baby massage firsthand in India and brought it back to the U.S. I should have left it there. She founded the International Association of Infant Massage, which now has 2,500 members. And she wrote Infant Massage, a handbook for loving parents. What? I'm going to look up if this is the Infant Massage Association? That's gotta be a front for... There it is. Holy shit. International Association of Infant Massage is a website. Respecting babies. I can't bring it up on my computer because I don't want to mess up I don't want the stream to lag. This is insane. This is like so wild. Someone said, bet it came from California. Just said it came from India. I bet it came from California. It says India on there. This is just further proof that we don't need anything else. Okay? We got it. We got it all here. We're good, dude. We don't need anything else. Leave it there. We don't need it. If we needed it, we would think of it. Oh, here's MJ. MJ with Clinton. And I'm not sure who that is behind. I'm not sure. I think this might be Diana. Yeah, that's Diana Ross, I'm pretty sure. Because what I read, and it's in here too, is MJ met Epstein one time, and the time that he met Epstein was at like some sort of music show, and Diana Ross was there. I'm not sure who these bad boys are, but look at those silk shirts. Silk tees. Oh, Clinton is in the middle. Yep. See, dude, they really... And here's the other thing. This is the other thing that's going to be problematic. If certain people are not in the files that people think are in the files, they're going to think that they're fake. If certain people who people don't want to be in the files, because we're going to get to some that I'm like, seriously, people are going to think it's fake, just like Michael Jackson. You know, the main message I was receiving when I posted all of these to Instagram was somebody was saying like, oh, the Michael Jackson one's AI. And I kind of already said that, but like, just because you like somebody does not mean that they are not shitty. Like, I think that that's one of the biggest cognitive dissonances that the American public is going to have to kind of get over, especially with the age we're entering. Like, we're coming to a part, everything that you know now is going to change. The next 5 years, like, talking about specificities about the Kabbalah will be a common conversation piece in like the next 10 years. Like, we're in a yuga shift. Like times are completely changing. I mean, just look at the Overton window today compared to a year ago. You know, you can talk about a lot of things you couldn't talk about before. I've been noticing that. I've been really noticing the differences. Some of you might have noticed them too. Not sure. I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this guy is. Yeah. Somebody said they're only putting opposition in. I mean, pretty sounds about like what I just said. Yeah, like they're. But I mean, but that's the thing, right? Like, even saying that they're only putting opposition in. Like, even thinking in that way it's correct, but it's also it's already having the intended narrative. Where, oh, well, the people that I think should be in it aren't in it. Therefore, it's only people who are oppositional to the current administration or whatever, right? Which might be true, but it also might not be true. Again, it's kind of what I was saying before I started going over this, which is like, you can only work with what is given, and you have to extrapolate from there. So this is what we have. Now you take this information, you can build a narrative from that, but whatever you build from it has to be based on what has been released, because otherwise we're going to be talking about this for 3 months and I'm going to be talking about how I'm the chosen one, right? And it all came to me in a dream and everybody was wearing maroon. Send me $600, right? I already went over this one. So, and this is another, this right here, seeing this made me, I don't get black pilled, okay? I'm not a black pill guy, but I am somebody, I'm like, it's kind of like a clear pill, right? It's a mixture of a red pill and a clear pill, where it's like, and not Andrew Tate red pill like Neo in the Matrix, because I'm the chosen one, came to me in a dream. I just took my maroon shirt off. Came to me in a dream. But like again, seeing this was, it didn't take the wind out of my sails, because there was never any wind in my sails, because I'm looking at this realistically. Just like somebody said, oppositional people will be in it to who is releasing it, right? But at the same time, nothing that is going to be damaging is going to be out. So whatever this says, I mean, this could literally say, like this could say anything. Blank Epstein. This could say Epstein and Oprah Winfrey went to Comet Ping Pong and they met with, Tom Hanks. And then what they did was they pushed Isaac Cappy off of a bridge. Everything that happened in 2017 with regards to Pizzagate is real. Like, this could literally say all of those things. And we'll never know. And that's the point. The point is also to kind of drive you crazy. The point is to feel not really, to kind of feel gaslit, but to also feel like, meh. That's what it is. It's like this. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Yeah, this is it. Like, look at this. And here's the thing. Somebody said this has to be a joke. It's not. It's not. Let's see. Let's keep going. Yeah, here's more. Here's more. Oh, here's more. Here's some more in case you were wondering. There you go. I mean, this is such a fuck you. But again, the point is that it's a fuck you. So if you allow yourself to feel like, yeah, they're saying fuck me, well, I'm going to say fuck you. Like, that's the intended point, right? So I studied economics at the University of Oregon. I was an economics and philosophy double major. And in economics, there's something called game theory. And game theory it's just that. It's understanding the mechanics to a game. And it's understanding your opponent. So basically, like, it's like chess, right? If I am going to move my bishop here, I have to be able to understand where you're going to move in response. So I'm not trying to get you to move your bishop here. I'm trying to understand how to get you to move your thing where I want you to move it to. The game, people only think in levels of like one or two abstractions, right? That's why like think about this, right? The Calgary plan, Calurgy plan. I don't know how to say it. Calurgy plan. That is a plan that is discussing demographic replacements in Western countries, right? Here's what most people don't understand. The writer who's discussing these demographical changes is writing them to fight against them. So the demographic replacement, I'm trying to say this so carefully so I don't take it down. The demographic replacements that are being written about in a way to combat them. Other writers at this time were writing about the same thing, but were writing about them to enact these replacements, mainly so that there would be Tino. Tino would be, there is no, wait, how does it? There is no alternative. Tina, not Tino. There is no alternative. Basically, to fight what happened in World War II, where in World War II, you basically had fascism rose as a response to communism, yada, yada, yada. You know, liberal capitalism ends up winning in the end, is what it is. But the idea is that they don't ever want that to happen again, right? Which is essentially a fascistic power to rise and to take one specific group, and there is no more of that specific group. So these demographic replacements at the time were written about to mitigate that from happening again. Okay, but the point in which I'm trying to make here is that one level of abstraction is knowing what the Calgary plan is. Another level of abstraction is understanding what he was actually writing about. And understanding the point of people calling it the Calgary plan is to show that these people don't know what they're actually talking about. So while that thing is, the demographic replacement is happening, it's not happening according to the way in which people understand it. It is an intentional psyop. It's an intentional deviation from the truth. This is where you can get into conversations about things like the Discordian Society. The Discordian Society is something I just talked about in the Candace Owens video. Oh, fuck, I said her name. In the video, damn it. Let's see if this jumps to like 350 people. If it does, we'll know what happened. Damn it. Anyways, what I'm saying here, I lost it. Oh, the Discordian Society is a society that does just that. It's literally a like faux secret society where it will take actual things that are happening, right? an example would be like what just happened in Australia, right? And what you do is you introduce fake documentation and elements that are not real. And what ends up happening is these elements that this discordant society introduces into these conspiracies is always the perfect, most tantalizing, interesting thing. And this is what people run with. And what you end up what you have happening is exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of this stream. You have people who then formulate these narratives based upon false rabbit holes and false psyop narratives and false psyop information. And that, because that's the most interesting and that's what people want, that's where you end up. And a lot of where I'm currently at with all of this stuff, with everything, esoteric philosophy, with conspiracy stuff in general, truth seeking, fringe ideology, all of these things, where I'm at with it is to try to mitigate and show people the most grounded take on things, so that way they don't end up in left field talking about things that are not real, because that's what ends up happening, right? Like, that's how you get people who say and talk about the same thing for 3 months, and all of a sudden we're talking about beekeepers, and we're not even talking about what we were talking about originally. And what ends up happening is these become the layers of abstraction that I'm talking about in the wrong direction. Okay, so like, you know, I'm talking about these replacement demographics. Like, that's happening, that's real. They take the reality of it and they introduce something that's real, that's fake. This guy talked about it, he talked about it in a different way, right? So now whenever I see that comment, Calgary Plan, it's like, you don't even, like, you're right, but you're wrong. You know, you're right, but you're wrong. And this is the most important thing to avoid now, because we're entering a literal astrological, not even astrological. Astrology is just a calendar system that tells you about reality, right? We're entering a literal age and a point in time, a spiritual point in time, where these things are going to become common knowledge. So their best weapon is not going to be to fight it and to censor, because that doesn't work anymore. What it's going to be is to do that, introduce false things, put in people who make millions of dollars, so they're going to continue to do it, but they just are all going to be rattling. They just will rattle for months about the same things. It becomes a true life, a true crime documentary. It becomes a Lifetime movie, and it becomes a Lifetime movie about nothing, right? It becomes a Lifetime movie about nothing. And this is what they want, because then you have the public hung up on something that happened 3 months ago. Meanwhile, we have things like this happening, and this is not interesting. I'm sorry. This is not interesting. People don't care about this. You know, this is not interesting. I have to use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to take like 30 seconds. All right. Sweet. Didn't even lose anybody, dude. Look at that. I actually gained one, because I've been smashing these LaCroix and Rebels. Let's keep going. Oh, so there's this. This is like embarrassing. I mean, come on. Insane. It's super crazy. Yo, Steve, thank you. Ireland, dude. Ireland, you guys are in a very interesting point. I'm very interested to see where Ireland goes from where you're currently at. I love Ireland. The Irish. All right, let's keep going. Look at this bad boy. Look at Billy. Billy. Crazy. Somebody said, hey, have you ever made any videos about astral projection? No, I haven't, but I can tell you an interesting story right now. Last night, I was sleeping, obviously, and sometimes I have sleep problems, right? I used to be like a really bad, like alcoholic, drug addict, so I kind of have like quote unquote PTSD. It's not like a warrior's PTSD, but like I have like flashbacks about like crazy shit that's happened in my life. So I have sleep paralysis sometimes, and I literally will be fighting the sleep paralysis demons. And last night I had one. So like 2 nights ago I had one, and it was like really weird. It was not a normal one. We'll put it that way. Last night I had a sleep paralysis demon attack that was so insane. It was almost like Itachi from Naruto, how he has that attack where he can he puts you in like this like realm in your mind. So listen to this. This is so crazy. In this dream, so I knew I was having a sleep paralysis attack, but then it like pushed me into a dream, right? And in this dream, I used to own this van. I used to own this Astro van. And it didn't have any back seats. Like, I know that sounds really crazy. I had an Astro van that had no back seats. And this is what I drove. It was really embarrassing. It was like when I was like at my lowest, alcoholic, everybody made fun of me, whatever. But my dad was driving the van, and I was tied up in the back. And when I was tied up, I had pool balls, like billiard balls, shoved in my throat, all the way down my throat. And there was sand in my mouth. So I was trying to scream for help, and I couldn't. And in this dream, my dad is driving, and I'm in the back, and I'm rolling around. Meanwhile, I know what's going on, and I'm literally saying Our Father, trying to get the sleep paralysis demon to stop. But I keep forgetting the Our Father in the dream. So it's like not working. Meanwhile, I'm in the dream, I'm spitting these pool balls out, and as I'm spitting them out, I can say more of the prayer. But this gets even weird. It gets even crazier. So as this is continuing to go on, I end up realizing, and I go like, okay, I'm in a dream, and I have a sleep paralysis like demon attack. I need to get out of this. And I switch into another dream. And in this next dream, I'm like in this airport, and I'm trying to find my way out, and I can't, but I still have like this sand and these billiard balls in my throat. And I like spit one of the billiard balls up, and I get through more of the Lord's Prayer. And then the sand is now in my mouth. And then I like snap to like reality where I am, and I'm frozen and I can't move. And I'm in bed, and I can't move in bed. And then I'm sleeping on my side, and I can feel literally a female presence behind me and a male presence over her. And the male presence says, this is your girlfriend who's attached to you right now. You can't turn around and see her. So then I try to turn like on my side, and I zap back into another dream. And then I'm in another dream trying to get out of this dream, and I can't. And then suddenly I like mentally go into like back into myself again. I'm excited. Back into myself again, out of this dream. I finish the Lord's Prayer, and then it goes away. But it was crazy because I've had this happen before. Every single time I pray to Jesus, it goes away. That's what happens. That's what happens every single time. This time I couldn't pray, and it was just like, dude, it was so horrifying. And it was almost like it had figured out that I had figured this out, and it was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to like level this up. It was super crazy. Somebody said, is it crazy? I had sleep paralysis last night and I also couldn't remember the Our Father. That's crazy. Someone said, become celibate. I've been celibate for like almost 3 years. Wow, cool story. Nobody cares. All right, cool. Later. All right, cool. Let's keep going. So yeah, Bill Gates, real interesting guy. Growing up, why was Bill Gates like the foundation of like wealth in America for like 20 years? It was like, yeah, Bill Gates makes $660,000 a second. That's my. I remember my physics teacher would always talk about him. Somebody says Itachi uses Tsukuyomi. The other one, it's the one that starts with an M. All right, let's keep going. This is a weird one. He's kissing a small child. Looks like a little boy. Very, very weird. Somebody said that's how you know you're doing the Lord's work. I think I think so. I hope so. That's what I tell myself as far as like that's why the dreams happen. Yeah, Mangekyo Sharingan. Is that what it is, or that's just the name of his eyes? Oh, okay. I should know this. I have an Itachi tattoo. I should know this. Somebody said, Izzy, the first 2 words of the Our Father is enough. No, I had said like half of the Our Father, dude. That's what I'm telling you. It wasn't working. Like this was a completely next level attack. I think that it was, yesterday I was thinking about doing a video on this one part of Kabbalah specifically, because I'm currently I'm working on a book right now, and the book is basically, it explains Kabbalah, how Kabbalah operates within contemporary reality, and then it talks about Christianity, and it talks about a lot of things basically. Long story short, I was thinking about this part of the Kabbalistic system, and once you hit a certain part on your journey up the tree of life within Kabbalah, there's actually an 11th emanation that doesn't exist, right? So there's 10 emanations, there's 10 Sephiro, but there's one that is there that doesn't exist, and that one is actually its own demonic force. And there's a lot to it. But it's weird because I was specifically thinking about this really intensely yesterday, and I was thinking like, dude, I'm so glad I don't practice Kabbalah so I never have to encounter that. Because basically what this demon does is it will, funnily enough, actually, this is very serendipitous. It basically does what I was discussing earlier. It makes people think they have everything figured out, and it doesn't. And what it does is you basically become enveloped in your own ego, and from there your life begins to unravel. And it's sort of like a mixture of ego and pride, if you could almost mix that with like hollowness. It's like a hollow egoic pride, but the thing is you don't realize it. So like, funnily enough, it's like exactly like who I made the last 2 videos about. That's exactly what it is. It's like, I have it all figured out. I'm the master. I'm the most intelligent. I'm the most beautiful. I'm all of these things. Like, and you just go but more in a spiritual way. Like, oh, I spiritually have developed so much that I'm enlightened. It's kind of one of those things. Shang9209 .at contains the greatest tricks. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Cliff Oth. Well, technically, it's not technically, it's not. This one's actually not in the Cliff Off, though. Strange enough. Although it is, it's like, but it is, but it isn't. It's both. But it's, what's his? Oh, his name is. I don't even want to say his name. I genuinely don't even want to say his name. But yeah, if somebody types the name, I'll say that they're correct. I don't want to say it in my where I'm at. Yeah, here's Bubba again. Shanye, got it. Why is he doing a fighter's fist? This is what you do. That's the fist you do when you take a picture with a UFC fighter. That's so funny. Nothing super interesting with that. Let's see what this is. Oh, this one. Okay, this one made me feel so strange, dude. Just like young, topless people. Looks just like by the structure of the elbow. Like if looking at the elbows of the person on the far left, these look like they're probably kids. The cliff isn't really an inversion with separate Sephiroth. It's just like the dark aspects. Yeah. Well, that actually would make it an inversion, right? It's the same thing, but just the dark parts. Oh, also, what's up with people not knowing that the Brazil thing doesn't mean Brazil? I saw that in the last video I made. People were like, seriously? You're talking about Brazil? Like, we don't even have any economic activity with Brazil. It's like, dude, oh my gosh. Oh, there's this one. Is gematria bad in your opinion? Like to find your name meaning? I don't know. I think gematria is one of those things where it's like interesting. How about this? I'll tell you my personal experience with it. Gematria was super interesting for like 13 minutes. And then it was kind of like, okay, you know, people go crazy. Gematria is an aspect of esoterica that you can literally go crazy. Like there are people who are like, and there's nines everywhere. And Jimi Hendrix's song, If 6 Was a 9, also infused with 69 and the Pisces. It's too much. Somebody said her feet look good. Bruh. Bruh said feet look good. You're crazy. You're a dog, bro. Oh my God. Why 13? Significant number? I literally knew somebody was going to say that. That's also one aspect of just reality that's getting to a point where it's kind of like, okay, like some things, like I just said 13 just to say it. Like if I would have said 14, like some things are just examples. Just an example. If it wasn't an example, I would state that. And I would say why. Looks like they're in Thailand here. Based off of the architecture in the back. Again, just Clinton. Do you have any plans on finding a wife, or are you choosing celibacy? Right now I'm celibacy pilled, dude. I don't know. You know what? I was actually thinking about this today because you know what's so funny, man? I experienced something today that was like truly sad. Like some of you might know this. I've been going through a breakup for like months. It's a lot, but yeah, I've been going through, like, I mean, I'm fully single, but, you know, there's just, like, the little things you deal with. Personal things and whatever. And I was like, something happened today, and I was, like, so bummed about it. I was like, damn. And then immediately something happened, and I was like, I'm so glad. I'm single. And it was the full gambit of like a pendulum swing. It was like, man, I'm so sad. And then it just swung back and I was like, holy shit, dude. She's fucking crazy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm single. So the answer is like, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to put somebody in danger with what I do because I'm going to be releasing a video in it's probably going to be in about 3 months where I've had some things happen recently, not so much recently, a couple months ago that were genuinely dangerous. Like actually things that are unexplainable, things that could only happen if like just really, yeah. Cause I plan on taking this to the top, baby. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And I don't want to ever put anybody that I'm with in a situation in which they could be like harmed for what I do, or I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you guys knew what some of the things I've experienced lately, you would understand. So I think celibacy, it would have to be the perfect mix. I would have to like get wealthy and also find literally the perfect person while also knowing that they were the right person, but also have an insulated enough life to where things couldn't happen. It would have to be the perfect storm. And maybe that's in the books with what God has planned for me. I don't know, but I know one thing. This is my wife. This is it. This whole thing. This is what I'm doing. So oh, do you know? Okay. Chat, I can't say it, but does anybody remember his nickname on 4chan in like 2022? Somebody said you're a good guy, and I've been reading so much today. I thought it said you're a good guy. Holy shit, dude! I'm fried. I'm so fried. Thank you guys. Your guys' kind words mean the world to me. Like genuinely. Yeah, bro said he's in a Jordan sweatshirt, just dunking, bro. He just dunked on it. The more I learn with you, the more I lean towards Zen. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like there are people where this stuff scares them. Like it freaks them out. It really shouldn't, you know. It should bring you. I mean, the goal with this is that you get closer to God, right? Like what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Seriously, like the world is literally ran by satanic pedophiles. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, and then listen to this. The world's ran by satanic pedophiles. We figured it out. And now they're like, you guys figured it out. Guess what? Here's 6% of what happened, and we're going to actually give you 3% of that 6%. And then they said, fuck you guys. And we're just like this. And here's me, dude. This is me. 2016, Pizzagate, 4chan Izzy is so happy right now because I was like, I told everybody. I told you. Dude, my family thought I was so crazy. I was literally like on 4chan during COVID, just doing cocaine, drinking pints and pints and pints of vodka, just being like, we're all crabs in a bucket. Nobody understands. Don't get the vaccine. They're trying to kill you. Everybody's raping kids. They're like, what the fuck, dude? They're like, our son is crazy. And guess what? I'm actually right. You're the crazy ones. Is that a Frosted Flakes scarf? I'm Tony the Tiger, baby. Oh, man. Somebody said stop giving them money. Yeah, I agree, but also, you know what's that's so funny? I was thinking about that today. I was like, dude, I should just never pay taxes again. And then I went to Vaughn's and I bought $10 worth of items, and it ended up being almost $13. So it's like they're gonna tax you, like some way they're gonna get it. But here's the thing. This is the most beautiful part, right? Everybody's like, oh, with like QAnon, right? QAnon was like a big conspiracy, and it was just like, trust the plan, blah, blah, blah. And personally, I loved QAnon. I thought that shit rocked. When you're like in your mid-20s and you're dying of alcoholism and cocaine abuse, and QAnon comes out, that shit rocks, dude. Oh, trust the plan. No, I followed QAnon, but like half in, half out. I just thought it was really cool. But that being said, no, like you can't let this stuff make you... Wait, what was I was saying something really good until I completely just spaced on that. Completely spaced on where I was going with that. Total brain zap. Oh, taxes. Yeah, taxes, and I don't know, like they're going to get it some way. And that's the thing. QAnon was basically this whole thing of where it's like, trust the plan. The thing is you don't want to have this ideology that you're going to be saved, right? And the fact that you're not going to get saved should bring you to peace, because if it doesn't bring you to peace, that means you have a lot of unresolved things going on within your life. That being said, as a Christian, right, my ideology is Christ is the only way that I'm going to achieve salvation. So I'm going to be saved, but I'm going to work, and I personally work as hard as if I didn't believe in Christ. I work like I'm an atheist who doesn't believe in anything. That's how I work. I know you guys see the videos I post and everything else. Every single day, when it comes to researching, when it comes to my physical health and exercising and everything, when it comes to putting out these videos and putting all of my effort into them, especially with what I have planned for 2026, I am like going full balls to the wall with this. And that's just my personal... That's how I view things. I think that you should work as if nothing is ever going to save you. Because frankly, that's how you bring heaven to earth. Is by working and creating the perfect, making yourself, what Christ was perfect, right? Christ was a perfect being. And what it means to be Christ-like, everybody's like, you can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But Christ was perfect. And to be Christ-like is to try to be like Christ and try to attain that perfection. That perfection takes work. It takes trying. It takes overcoming ego, overcoming the self, becoming a servant in whatever it is that you do. Right? Somebody messaged me yesterday and they were like talking shit to me, and they were like, oh, you serve the algorithm and you serve all of your patrons and your viewers. You're a dancing monkey, or he said something like that. And it was like, yeah, I am. Like I'm here to, I have an ability to convey information that people like and that's interesting, and it brings them closer to the truth. So, in that sense, yes, I am that which serves a purpose greater than myself, which is ultimately truth. Right? So, that being said. All right, let's keep going. I don't know who knows who this guy is? I'm not sure who this guy is. Sorry, I'm like kind of reading chat. I don't know who this guy is. Somebody said amen, brother, and I was like, that guy's name is Amen, brother? No way. All right, cool. Let's keep going. We're going to get to some more interesting ones. Here's Kevin Spacey. Like, we already knew this, though. We already knew Kevin Spacey was a bad boy. Also, how about Kevin Spacey probably, like, offing people? What's up with that? Bill rubbing his shoulders. Somebody said he looks Asian. More Chris Tucker. More Chris Tucker with Bill in the back. I mean, so here's the other thing that's interesting. And this is kind of what I said this in the Courtney Love video I did. Courtney Love's actually smart because she's trying to get ahead of this. These people, they know what's coming. If you are an evildoer in your heart of hearts, you know at the end of the day, the gavel is going to have to be struck. It's going to end. The good times end. You ever heard that song, Let the Good Times Roll? Let the good times roll. They end, dude. They end. Rock stars get sober or they die. Right? The good times have to come to an end. The truth will always get revealed. And this is the beauty of being interested in this. The truth will come out. It might come out long after we're all gone. Doesn't matter. It's going to happen. Good guys win. Good guys win. I know that sounds dorky. Doesn't matter. Good guys win. This shit's going to end. And Courtney Love reaching out to and sending the email and trying to get ahead of it is very smart because, you know, when all of the Epstein stuff originally happened, Courtney Love went on this charade and she was like, I met him once and I only met Prince Andrew one time. That's what she said. Guess what, dude? I don't care what people say. I found photos of her that had not been pushed out to the masses online yet with Prince Andrew. And in the photo, she's introducing him to a young girl. And then I found an interview from 2006 with Russell Brand where she brags about hanging out with Prince Andrew. Nobody had brought this up. I put all of this stuff out, and she knows that. She 100% knows that, dude. Because the original Courtney Love reels I was dropping like 2 years ago, those were getting millions of views. She knows that. And so she's trying to get ahead of it now because the good times are over, baby. It's a hobgoblin. It's time for the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin is out. And he's taking everybody's trick-or-treat candy. He's taking everybody's trick-or-treat candy. Hobgoblin's out. So trying to get ahead of it's a good idea because the next round of photos that they do, if they do them, it's going to be more than just Bill because they have to. Because now, here's the other thing. People have now they've gotten a taste. Now they're going to want more. They're not just going to be, they're not just interested in Bill. They want to see what's next. And they're not going to be, the people are not going to be satiated. But yeah, more Chris. Let's keep going. Okay, or this photo too. Like I was talking about how he seems like just like a normal grandpa. First of all, gorgeous Irish wolfhounds, man. I saw this photo and I was like, I should get an Irish wolfhound. That's so badass. Actually, somebody also sent another super chat that I missed. Friday night stream for the boys is back. Solano from Patreon. The stream numbers show your real poll, not the video numbers. Thank you. Keep it up, dude. Excited for what 2026 will bring. Thank you, King of Stick. Yeah, 2026, the year of the horse, is going to be epic, dude. I have so much cool stuff planned. I have some stuff I'm going to release that I'm going to be like, guys, give it a chance and you're going to love it. I have a whole new format. I invented, listen to this. I'm telling you right now, I made the conspiracy reel popular. Call me delusional. On Instagram, nobody was doing conspiracy reels. I started doing them. Now everybody does them. It's the new meta. I created it. Sorry, nobody was doing it. I started doing it. Then it became big. The part of overlaying images, PNGs, became big because of me. Don't care. Might sound like yay right now. Might be like yay right now. Don't care. White yay. But what I have coming in 2026 is another. It's a format shift. I'm so stoked for it. God bless. Thanks for the 20, dude. God bless, brother. Continue to expose darkness as stated in Ephesians 5:11. I'll keep you in prayer. He said that is in you is in greater than he than is in the world. So stay bold, brother. Christ already won. 100%, man. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. The Irish Wolfhounds are gorgeous, but not really interesting. Not really interesting. We need more. I've already seen that one. This one right here, not good. Bad. Oh no, bad. Oh no, Mick Jagger hang with Bill Clinton, have wine and drink it. Bad. Oh no, Mick Jagger hang with Bill Clinton. They drink that bad. That's Mick Jagger right there. Remember I told you, dude, the good rock stars get sober or they die? Mick Jagger's like 90 years old. I don't know if he's technically sober, but I know one thing. He hangs out with pedophiles. Oh no, Mick Jagger, Bill Clinton hang out, go party. That bad. Oh no, Bill. Oh no. Whoever did that, what's that thing called? It's that program from like the early 2000s. Oh no. It's like an art one. It's like a kid's art one. Oh no. Oh dude, that's such a good one. Mick Jagger said, "Please allow me to introduce myself." Yo, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man who loves the kids. I went to Epstein's Island twice, had a drink or two with Mr. Clinton. He had some semen on his brand new vest. Monica Lewinsky was there with a big old chest. Pleased to meet you. I'm on Epstein's Island. Oh yeah. Somebody said he's got the moves like Jagger. Yo, dude. Moves like Jagger. Dude, that's fucked. Bill's done it again. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Holy woo woo. I see this picture. Woo woo. You can't always get what you want playing in the background. Imagine that. Okay, let's put the shoe on the other foot. You're a billionaire. You have billions of dollars. Right? Your whole thing is like blackmailing people. When you get Mick Jagger, you must be like, fucking yeah. You know in you know Breaking Bad, when Heisenberg, first of all, when he introduces himself as Heisenberg in the meeting room with Tuco, and he's like, I want whatever he says, I want 50,000, and then Tuco pays him, and he throws the explosion, and then when he gets in the car and he's like, fuck yeah, he's like, fuck yeah! That's how fucking Epstein must have felt when he got Mick Jagger. Fuck yeah! That's what he did, dude. He gets Mick Jagger in there and he's... Fuck! This is so dark. It's the only thing you can do with shit like this. It's so dark. He fucking went Heisenberg. Yeah, fuck! Fucking who's going off in the background. Paint It Black's playing. These guys were doing fucking cocaine. Paint It Black's playing. Mick Jagger's there. Bill Clinton's there. There's a guy in the corner painting Bill Clinton in a dress. He's like, Monica Lewinsky was a real dick sucker. And fucking Mick Jagger's doing lines. He's like, woo, you can't always get what you want. Fucking all fucking coked out. There's children everywhere. Fuck, man. Look at him here. Look at the lady. Is that Selma Hayek? Who is that? She looks concerned. Look at Mick, dude. Mick looks like he's John off MDMA right there. Mid-blink. This is what happened, dude. Epstein's like this. He takes a picture. He goes around the corridor. Yes. Another one. Got him. Fuck yeah. It's like Pokemon. It's like a fucked up version of Pokemon. Crazy. Yep. Crazy. Oh, yeah. I keep doing a Bill Clinton impression like I'm good at it. Mick Jagger. Moves like Jagger. Murda Pony said I was sleeping basically and now I'm fucking losing it. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad I'm making you laugh. Rode round on the kings and queens. Anastasia screamed in vain. Anastasia's just like a small Ethiopian child. Crazy. It's really funny until you think of the reality of what they were all doing. It's Stavros Halkias. It's Stavros. Holy shit. Someone said, can you go through more pics, please? Dude, yeah, we're like halfway. I have like 40 more of these. Look at fucking... Dude, look at Epstein. Look, you want to see Epstein? You want to see like what's going through his mind right now? Look, that's it right there. He's like, look at these fucking idiots. I fucking got them. Dude, these guys, man. That's so fucking crazy. Sorry I'm moving this around so much, guys. I'm trying to just get a good glimpse at what Epstein's face was looking like right there. All right, let's go to the next one. More Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker and... I almost made a joke I definitely should not make. Someone said no Adam Friedland picks yet. Brother, the things I know. The things I could teach. Izzy, please do a video of the cult connection to the lottery. I definitely should. Epstein won the lottery twice. The lottery's rigged for sure. Yeah, well, that's actually a great idea. I'm gonna write that down. Beige suit. Yeah, a lottery video could be really interesting, honestly. An expose on Adam Friedland. I mean, if you watch the political video I did, the 2-part special where I make fun of the right and the left, and I basically break down the future of each party. I do a mini one. It's not like a full expose, but I talk about Adam Friedland's. Adam Friedland had parents who, not parents, great-great-great-grandparents or whatever, rent office space to the Waffen SS. That's a true story. So, Adam Friedland has interesting connections. He was also really rude to a friend of mine, apparently. So, allegedly, I don't know. Dude, what? No Frankists? That's so funny. You're funny. You're a silly guy. That's funny. Yeah, I have no idea who these guys are, but I definitely know Mazel Tov, baby. Mazel Tov. Oh, said he did watch that one about them being funded. Yeah. Yeah. Teal money got them, right? I want to wake up in the morning. This is an interesting one, huh? Look at this boy, girl. Am I allowed to say that? Or is that troublesome? Crazy, right? I'm gonna grab another LaCroix. I'll be 2 seconds, literally. All right. Yeah, this is just debauchery. This is Weimar Germany type shit, you know? Izzy, don't you want to be in the $600 club? And fuck that club, dude. We're building our own club. You know what's so funny? There's like that Futurama quote. It's like, I'm building my own club with cocaine and hookers. Ours is just celibacy and LaCroix. And like being awkward in conversation with each other. Look at this dude's fucking profile. He looks like a Neanderthal, dude. Holy shit. This is Neanderthal pilled. I can't wait till I get this. I can't wait till I get this new computer so I can finally not, so I could like Google funny stuff while I'm doing this, but whatever. Yeah, bro's Neanderthal pilled. 100%. It's like insane. He looks insane. You cannot look at this and not believe in phrenology. Like, so there's a theory, there's a lot of theories actually that basically, you know, that group is actually, and this is, I don't believe this, but basically the theory is that essentially they're Neanderthals, and that's why they despise everybody so much. Why does nobody realize Trump isn't building a ballroom? He's building a ballroom. Dude, we don't do like cool black guy etymology here. I'm so sorry. It's not good morning. Why are you telling me good morning? You trying to make me mourn the death of myself while I was in these chains? We don't do that here. You saying good morning to me because you want me to mourn the death of my former brothers? We don't do that here, dude. We don't do it. You know what? He very well could be, but I'm just telling you, you know, that come on. Here's the deal. Trump building a ballroom, like, is there other things that it could be for? Definitely. But if you've ever been to a party with rich people, they're fucking weird, and they're like balls. Like, literally, they suck. Everybody's in like nice clothes, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. Everybody's like trying to figure out how much money everybody has. I'll tell you straight up. So I'm doing a special on it. It comes out in it'll be out in probably late January, early February. I was invited to a party. Just Fed City. I literally, I have proof of it. It's so funny. I got approached by legitimate feds, and they were like asking me about the demographics of my channel. And it was so funny. I was with somebody who like helps me with the videos, and funnily enough, he goes by Gollum, and I was like, that guy's a Fed, and he's like, no way. I'm like, that guy's a Fed. Dude walks up to us and introduces himself, and he basically immediately is like, oh, what percentage of your demographic of your channel is male? And I go, yeah, this guy's a fucking Fed. He's literally trying to be a Fed. And long story short, he was a Fed. But the whole point of what I'm trying to tell you is the ballroom stuff. Like, they literally have these big parties where everybody's in a suit and everybody is like trying to figure out who's who. I went wearing this. I was literally wearing this. I was wearing a dirty Carhartt tee that's cut off and this literal workman's jacket. And I was like, everybody here is super effing gay. And they wanted me to film a bunch of content. And guess what I did? Didn't do it. So funny, dude. It was so funny. The video I'm doing on it is so sick. Like, oh man, I made so many people so mad. They thought they were gonna teal your boy. They thought they could teal your boy, and I went, "You're gay." No, you're not. You're not tealing anybody. This is we got the heli. We got the heli. Why is he at the driver's door acting like he's going to fly it? Somebody said Luciferians versus Satanists war. Well, Luciferians are satanic, but Satanists, it's all, yeah. There's different factions. You're not wrong, but it's more like Luciferians versus Molochians. I don't even know what this is. The Huntress, Georgetown, CI. Somebody said get to the chopper. That's funny. Neanderthal, baby itter, heartless killers versus Homo sapien, empathetic, telepathic, Aryan solar kings. You get it. You get it. You get it. You get it. He gets it. You get it. You get it. Oh, okay. This photo tripped me out because this dude has huge tits. Look at this guy's boobs, bro. Look at Jeffrey Epstein looking at this guy's chest. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy's chest? Look at those Cheez-Its, dude. Those are some extra crisp Cheez-Its, dog. Those are mammaries. Those aren't even boobs. Those are mammaries, dude. Those are fucking mammaries. Bro's estrogen maxing. Bro's estrogen maxing. Bro's got gyno, dog. He totally had a fucking small child suckle on those things. So fucked, bro. Do you think this is released to avoid karmic retribution? Holy shit. I never thought of that. Who are you? Your belly? Bro. That's a genius take. I never thought of that. This 100% could just be revelation of the method, karmic retribution. I mean, honestly, though, I don't think it is, because that's a great way to think, though. That's 100% a great way to think. But I don't think it is, just because the ramifications of this are literally like earth-shattering. You know, I mean, this could... I mean, when they gave the press conference for this, I have the video of it, but I can't include it in the stream because it will crash. My computer and the stream will crash and whatever. But when they gave the press conference stating they were going to release this, they said that this could basically like destroy the U.S. government, which it should. That's the thing. If it could, it should. And here's the deal. This is how the universe works. This is how God works. If you try to delay the inevitable will still happen. That's why it's delaying the inevitable. It's not changing it. Alex Jones has said with Operation Looking Glass, or Project Looking Glass, it's Project Looking Glass, I'm sorry. With Project Looking Glass, they have already seen the future, and they have taken all of the timelines, and they already know how this ends. Good guys win, right? And I have a theory when it comes to Looking Glass. I think that... So does anybody remember when calling people you disagree with Nazis started? Does anybody remember that? It was like, I remember the day. I remember the specific day. I remember where I was. I was dating this chick, and I was at her place, and she was on, it wasn't Facebook. I think she was on Instagram, and it was like Trump giving some speech when this is like 2015. Like he's announcing that he's going to run for president. And I remember she was like, he's such a fucking Nazi. And I looked at her like, what? And she's like, he's a Nazi. And this chick was dumb. Like, she was not a smart person. And everything just clicked. I was like, oh my God, this is what they're doing now. This is the new tactic, right? I don't think that came from nowhere. I think that them calling people Nazis came from what we're seeing now. I personally think, and this is like, you know, this is the way that I view theories is I like tier them. So there's like an S tier theory, A tier theory, B tier. This is like a D tier theory. So it's not something I am like adamantly believe, but it's like a what if. because Looking Glass is, I think it's probably real, right? I think that they can definitely peer into the future. I mean, dude, they have people who scry the future, and the crystal ball shit, that's all real. Your phone is a literal black mirror. That's what it is. Anyways, I think they used Looking Glass to see the future, and I think they saw the Great Awakening happening, and I think that they saw an America that turns ultra Christian, like ultra Christian, like super. And I'm not saying like not Nazis. I don't think that America is going to go there, but I do think that we kick Israel out, and I think that the next 25 years it's going to be like the 1950s, like tight ship. No bullshit. That's what I think. And I think that they saw that. And I think that they were like, we need to start calling people Nazis now so it's ingrained in people's minds. So now, 10 years later, you know, people are like, oh, that guy's Nazi. That guy has a blue eyes. He's a Nazi, right? I think that that's one possibility. Or I think the other possibility is them constantly calling people Nazis so much literally manifested it. Like, I don't know if you've been on Instagram. There's legit ones out there. You know, there are people who are nationalists. There are people who are Christian. There are people who are Christian nationalists. And then there are actual literal Nazis now. But those people didn't exist in 2015. Those people did not, you know, those people were on the fringes of society, on the fringes of the internet. Those people were on the fringes of 4chan. It was not people in Instagram comments. There was not Instagram reels of bald people talking about goy slop, talking about the Great Awakening and demographic percentages. I'm sorry, that was not a thing. So it's one of a couple of things. It's either they manifested it or they knew that this was going to happen and they're trying to get ahead of it. But now what's happened is trains off the tracks, baby. Trains off the tracks. So, anyways. Back to Mammary Boy. Back to Mammary Boy. I don't know what this one is. I didn't read this one. Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh my God. The title is literally child prostitution. It has a case ID. It's from the Criminal Investigation Crimes Against Children Unit. Synopsis. To advise Miami Division of CACU concurrence of the travel request of 2 Miami agents to travel to Sydney, Australia. 2013. It's from 2013 to interview United States citizen blank. Holy shit. So this is a request. Is it 2013? Sorry, guys. I need to zoom in even more. I'm trying to make this look really good, but I have to zoom in more. My Palm Beach, 2011. 2011. Okay. In addition, per email dated 3/14, it's on Pi Day, 3/14. Just my autism coming out. It's on Pi Day, 3.14, just like Pi, right, guys? Advises Miami Division to conduct all appropriate county clearance requirements regarding official travel to foreign. Yeah, wow. Crazy. Somebody said there is no hiding from the Father of creation. 100%. 100%. Yeah, definitely not, man. If he is dead, he's probably not having too much fun right now. Ah, of course, another one. You know what? I'm going to pull this up on another... I'm going to pull this up in another app, and I'm going to read it that way so you guys can kind of look at it. It is... this one. All right, hang on. Sorry, guys. Legal Archive. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, Miami Field Office, is assisting the Palm Beach Police Department in Florida with an ongoing investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Citizen, along with associates, Epstein is believed to have manipulated underage girls from local high schools to perform massages and sexual acts at his residence. The victims were usually recruited by other underage females, and after performing various acts were paid sums of money in the $200 to $1,000 range. Investigation into Miami identified victims named blank, married name blank, born blank, as a U.S. citizen, and the victim of a sex crime. She is not considered a subject, nor is she facing charges in the investigated crime below. Wow. That's heavy, man. Let's read the next ones here. This is all from the same document. FBI Miami believes blank was working at a local resort when she was approached to meet Epstein at his residence. So the redacted name here is the name of a victim. So just so we know. Agreed, and Sood began traveling with Epstein to various locations outside of the state of Florida. Several witnesses have corroborated this travel with Epstein. FBI Miami, they partitioned these documents so weird. FBI Miami also has evidence Epstein paid blank and provided her an apartment in exchange for sex. In addition to the accounts of travel, FBI Miami has obtained a witness statement from one of Epstein's victims. The victim, who was 14 at the time of the incident, observed Epstein have sexual intercourse with blank, who was 17. Epstein later indicated to his victim that blank was in blank and had started a family of her own. Holy shit. In 2000, Miami conducted an investigation which determined that he was residing in Australia, or she was residing in Australia. Is this the Australian girl who was just killed? There's an Australian woman who was just murdered. This is not even new. This is new, but it's referencing things that have already been released. Can anybody confirm that for me? Oh, the Jake Paul fight's on. Holy shit. Hang on. Okay, I'm drinking way too many of these. I have to pee again. Somebody time me. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. There's another document coming up soon. All right. All right, baby. Buddy's lying and just got up to go check his Jake Paul bet. I don't have Jake Paul betting money. And why the fuck would I bet on Jake Paul? Izzy, what do you think about Epstein's semen retention practices? Semen retention, I don't know what his semen retention practices were, but semen retention is... I think if you're a male, you should do it. If you don't, you're lame. It literally makes you more powerful. Like, genuinely. The AFP is respectfully notified FBI Miami intends to fly 2 agents familiar with the details of the above investigation to Sydney, Australia. Yeah. Somebody said no, Virginia Roberts moved to Australia in 2002. Okay, interesting. Interesting. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, so this is all, I mean, this was also in the Epstein files. I don't know if you guys have ever had a nothing burger. But somebody said pulling out the orange Fanta. I have a tangerine LaCroix. Somebody said my Little Caesars is almost here. Hell yeah, let's go. man, this is a disturbing one. So him getting a hug, he's putting a what looks like a watch on somebody, and yeah. You know what's interesting? So years ago, I was like kind of dating this chick from LA, from like Hollywood. She was super wealthy. She had a job where she did procurement for Gucci. And I remember she told me how much money she makes, and it was astonishing. She was like, "Oh yeah, my daily rate is $1,200. She makes $1,200 a day." Anyways, she was like, you know, in with all these rich people in LA and stuff. And she was actually friends with somebody who had been trafficked by Epstein, and she received a $2 million payout. This was in probably 2020, maybe 2021, maybe. But pretty crazy. At least go natural, man. How about this, dude? How about I smash more Red Bull? Oh, yeah. This is my only vice, dude. This and candy. Oh, so this is a weird one. This is actually really interesting. So up in this photo, there's obviously this picture in the corner, and it's of the smiling man. Now, the smiling man is like an urban legend now. And I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe the smiling man comes from a Reddit creepypasta, which is about a story where this girl tells a story about where she's like walking down the street late at night, and there's like a creepy man who follows her, who basically smiles ear to ear like this. And so I think kind of the point of somebody writing about this on Twitter was to showcase his involvement within contemporary pop culture and things like a copy pasta, things like Reddit, which Maxwell Hill, the Reddit account that, you know, moderated like over 50% of the major subs, just very bizarre stuff all around. Not sure who this guy is. Not sure who this guy is. Oh, this is an interesting one. So his sweatshirt right here is an IDF sweatshirt. So anybody saying that he's just a normal guy, he's absolutely in with the IDF here. Somebody said Kash Patel's dad. Oh, that's funny. And here's the hoodie or whatever. Like, why did he take photos of this? Like, this is probably a part of some sort of blackmail. Like, maybe this sweatshirt was somebody's sweatshirt, and he, like, you know, somebody left it there. You know, who knows what this is? Somebody said if that doc was from 2003, it's possible Palm Beach investigated for 2 years. It's from 2001. Somebody said anybody can get those. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Right. Anybody can get those. Yeah, dude. You know what? You're totally right. I don't think that Jeffrey Epstein, the guy hanging out with Bill Clinton, had anything to do with this. So here's the thing. This is like, here's the deal. Does this mean he's in the IDF? No. But does this mean that he has an IDF sweatshirt and that's kind of weird? Yeah. Just because anybody can get them. Okay, anybody can get them. How many of you have an IDF sweatshirt? Anybody can get them. Not anybody can hang out with Bill Clinton. So this is a great example, actually, and I'm not like coming down on you, but it's to showcase the parts of the puzzle where you can say it is more likely that he is a part of the IDF than a normal person. Not only because he's, engaging with blackmail and all of these other things, but because he's obviously hanging out with a former president of the United States. And also, like, all of these pieces are being put together. So just because anybody can get it does not make it so that doesn't dismiss that. Right? So you do have a point, but also there are counters to your point that show my point more. And I'm not saying that he is IDF, but it's pretty likely. I think this is this is photoshopped. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. This is a Photoshop. This one is super creepy. This is a super creepy thing. This is just like a, black lady. Very weird. Yeah, this does look like a Kendrick Lamar like album cover. All right, let's keep going. So this one is super. So we only have a couple more, guys. We only have a couple more. This one is so insane. So this next image is a written threat to somebody saying he's going to kill them and burn their house down if they report or spread word that Jeffrey Epstein engages in child pornography. Jeffrey Epstein complaint stated that she is a professional artist and took pictures of her sister's 12 and 16-year-old for her own personal artwork. Epstein stole the photos and negatives and is believed to have sold the pictures to potential buyers. Epstein at one time requested Blank to take pictures of young girls at swimming pools. Epstein is now threatening Blank that if she tells anyone about the photos, he will burn down her house. So sorry, didn't threaten death, but threatened to burn her house down. Which is such a crazy threat when you think about it. Like, I'm going to destroy everything you love and leave you alive to writhe in misery. I mean, that's truly... I don't know. Let's see what this here is. That the Blank government indicated Blank, nowhere did the government acknowledge Blank had in fact approached the prosecutors multiple times before the grand jury subpoena passed or issued. In March 2019, the first appearance before Blank, the government continued to refrain. The prosecutor Blank, which sought all Blank. I mean, come on, dude. This doesn't say anything. Wow. Doesn't say a dang thing. This is why I said in the beginning, we can't let it rile us up. This is an interesting one. Excuse me. So, okay. I'm really curious what you guys think of this one. While these visits made Doe extremely uncomfortable, obviously this is probably a John or a Jane Doe, Epstein and Maxwell made her feel safe, so she could not refuse them. During this time, Epstein started to pay for voice lessons for Doe and insisted Doe could not advance her career in any way without him. When Doe expressed hesitation about spending time with Epstein and Maxwell or acquiescing to their desires, Epstein and Maxwell would threaten Doe and scold her for being ungrateful. During one of Doe's encounters with Epstein, he took her to Mar-a-Lago, where he introduced her to its owner, Donald J. Trump. So the owner of Mar-a-Lago. Trump. Introducing the 14-year-old Doe to Donald Trump, Epstein elbowed Trump, playfully asking him, referring to Doe, "This is a good one, right?" Trump smiled and nodded in agreement. They both chuckled. Doe felt uncomfortable, but at the time was too young to understand why. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Because is Trump in, like, does Trump understand what it is that Epstein is asking him? Is he just saying, like, oh, she's like pretty, right? But again, she's 14. So it's like so bizarre, but it's also, it's not enough to like be like, oh, fucking blah, blah, right? Like, it's just weird. It's just like it's constantly giving just enough. It's just enough. Like, that's just enough to satiate. It's just enough. Joshua wins by KO. No way. That's insane. VHS cam is dying, so I'm going to have to set the tape back on it. But let's go to the next image. I'll let you guys look at it, and then I'll rewind the tape, and then we got a couple more images. Oh, this one is absolutely insane. This is Prince Andrew laying over the laps of 5 minors with Maxwell looking over him in the background. Hang on one sec. Anyone that believes that that's not real VHS, it is, baby. Had to reset the tape. So, but you could still hear me with the blue screen. So whatever, we'll just talk with it like this. But yeah, disgraced Prince Andrew pictured lying across the... I mean, this is crazy. And it's so crazy knowing that, like, Prince Andrew was involved with, like, Courtney Love. The photos of Courtney Love with Prince Andrew are so crazy, dude. Like, in the photos, they're like they look like disposable camera photos, and they both look so wired out. And in one of them, Courtney Love is handing him like a pot, and there's probably like cocaine in the pot, right? Especially because Courtney Love was a drug trafficker, and it's just so bizarre. And the look on their face is so devious. And in the 2006 Russell Brand interview with Courtney Love, she's like bragging, like, oh yeah, I'm friends with the fucking prince, and it's just so fucking gross, dude. These people are so gross. All right, let's this will be enough tape to get me through the rest of the app. All right, that'll get us through. Probably got about 15, 20 minutes left. All right. During one of the encounters, Epstein took her to Mar-a-Lago, where he introduced her... Oh, yeah, this is the same thing. You know, but my question here is, like... You know what's really weird? Back in, like, the 90s, it was almost like a dirty little joke that, like, old dudes were into, like, teenagers. That was like a prevalent thing. It was like a wink wink nudge nudge, like, yeah, she's fucking hot, she's only 17, you know. Dazed and Confused, you have McConaughey, like, I keep getting older, they stay the same age, you know. Just like, it's like fucking weird, dude. It's such a disgusting, bizarre fucking thing. All right. Oh, so here's a tweet explaining the Michael Jackson photos, which we're going to get to. So let's go to the Michael Jackson photos first, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, yeah, I wanted to end on that. So anyway, yeah, I mean, whatever. The Michael Jackson photo is this one in the top right corner. But this says, a newly circulated photo shows Michael Jackson with Jeffrey Epstein during their only meeting at Epstein's Palm Beach home, not on the island, when Michael was searching for properties. So he was looking to buy properties. One of Epstein's victims has stated Jackson did nothing inappropriate. The second image shows Jackson at a Democratic fundraiser where he performed attending with his children and Diana Ross. So that was a photo of Diana Ross. I was right. I did read this earlier, though, so I actually forgot that I knew this. So that's not... But yeah, so that's the thing with Michael Jackson. Once you know all of the facts about Jackson and the case, it becomes increasingly clear he did nothing. He did nothing wrong. I don't think he did. Especially with all of the high profile children that said he did nothing wrong. You have, Corey Feldman, you have Macaulay Culkin. I don't believe he did anything wrong, and it's just one of those things where he went against the wrong people, and tales old as time, right? Later during the deposition, Laura Menninger, an attorney for Maxwell, followed up the line of questioning regarding the 13-time Grammy winner, Michael Jackson. You were asked about the famous people. You said you meant Michael Jackson. So this is the lady who was an Epstein victim. Once again, the witness conferred she had met the musician and denied once more ever having given him a massage. There are no allegations of wrongdoing on Jackson's part in the documents. And this is one of the things that I think is important to highlight too, is like, these people are opportunists. Epstein was an opportunist. So was Maxwell. They would meet people and then they would run up to them and be like, hey, let's take a photo. And that's not to... pardon anybody in the Epstein files at all. But what it does say is if you are a high-profile person, you absolutely need to be careful who you take photos with, first and foremost. And second of all, how many of these people are just like that would fucking suck. If we're like giggling at like Mammary Boy, but what if Mammary Boy is just like a guy? Like he could just be a guy on vacation, and that's a photo of Epstein and Maxwell. That guy's in the background, Not saying that's what it is, but who knows? What is this? Release of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, so this is actually super important. This is what they were supposed to do. This is what was supposed to be done. Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the Epstein Files Transparency Act. In general, no later than 30 days after the date of enactment of this act, Attorney General shall subject the subsection B to make publicly available in a searchable and downloadable format all unclassified records, documents, communications, and investigative materials in the possession of the Department of Justice, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the United States Attorney's Office, that relate to Jeffrey Epstein, including all investigations, prosecutions, or custodial matters, Ghislaine Maxwell, flight logs or travel records, including but not limited to manifests, itineraries, pilot records, and customs or immigration documents for any aircraft, vessel, or vehicle owned, operated, or used by Epstein and any related entity. Individuals, including government officials named or referenced in connection with Epstein's criminal activities, civil settlements, immunity or plea agreements, or investigatory proceedings. Entities, corporate, non-profit, known or alleged with Epstein trafficking or financial network, any immunity deals, neo-prosecutions, plea bargains, or sealed settlements, they're supposed to release plea deals that were made. They're supposed to release everything unredacted. And this is what we're getting. All communications, memorandums, directives, logs, metadata, etc. Internal DOJ investigation. We're supposed to get Department of Justice communications. And that's what we've got. That's what we got. What I just showed you. I really should have read this first, huh? But that's what we got. So, look, Everything's supposed to be unredacted. This is what we get. This is what we fucking get right here. Shit like this. All unredacted. This is what we get. So sure, this tells us a lot. We already knew the most shocking one's Mick Jagger, but we already knew that. This is what we get. Everything I just read is what we were supposed to get, and this is what we got. Don't expect anything more. Don't expect anything more. And maybe, dude, maybe it'll be a big fake out, and maybe it'll be the big... Maybe Q will come back and save the planet, and Trump is actually the God Emperor, and he's going to save the world, and the whole and everything we've done with Brazil, quote unquote Brazil, has been a big psyop, and it's actually fake, and BB's actually a robot, and he's actually a transformer, and this is what we got. That's what we got. That's what we got. All right. Now I want to talk about this. And we're going to end on this. Oops. We're going to end on this. So, oh shit. This was an interesting one. Actually, we're not going to end on this. We're going to end in a second. But this is a photo of young children on his desk. He just had pictures of kids on his fucking desk. It's just so bizarre. This is what I wanted to end on. So this is a photo that was posted today, and it's a man reading Mein Kampf. And, you know, in the corner is the Star of Rem fan. We don't call it the Star of David here. We call it what it is, the Star of Rem fan. And it says, when hate becomes casual. First and foremost... Okay. This person is reading a book. It's a book about Hitler in public. First of all, reading a book is not hateful. Second of all, Mein Kampf is a historical document. Why is a man reading about history hateful? Right? Nothing about what this person is doing nothing wrong. And wait, we're going to get to the main point of why I'm bringing this up. First of all, this person could be of any descent. This person could be in a class where he has to read this. There are so many situations in which this person could read this in public, and none of them warrant a photo being taken of him and it being published on the internet. Next, my next point. The historicity of World War II is so important to understand contemporary reality. It is absolutely key that you understand what happened, what they say happened, and what the people that were involved, what their morals, motivations, and what their ethos was. Okay? This is this is the event that shapes reality today, and it goes much further back, right? But my main gripe with this is the caption of this, because this was posted on X. The caption was basically when hate becomes so normalized, it's not even a problem in the world anymore, and it's like. Dude, if you found this so problematic that you took a photo of him and uploaded it on the internet, why didn't you say anything to this person? Why isn't there a video of you confronting them or saying something? Why are you taking a photo and just uploading it to the internet? The entire point with this is to say, if you see something in the world that you don't like, it is up to you to change it. This photo encapsulates so many issues with contemporary reality. This person took a photo and uploaded it Because they wanted the rest of the internet to do the work for them. They wanted the rest of the internet to find this guy and to shame him and to agree in the massive hive mind and blah, 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 blah. There's no context. It's just man reads book that we think is bad. We say it bad. Mustache man book bad. Painter book bad. Book that shaped contemporary reality bad. I did nothing about problem I saw. So if you see something wrong with reality, it's up to you to change it. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's that simple. Because I promise you, if, let's say this was me, and let's say this guy was reading Kill Whitey, I would say something. You know why? Because when somebody has 16 items in the self-checkout at Vons, I say something. If somebody has 16 items in the 15-item self-checkout at Vons, I go, bucko, you're not supposed to be doing that, right? This is pussy shit. This is pussy shit. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. But, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This was super fun. I had a really good time. I'm glad the stream went well. I didn't have any real problems, only for a second there. It was good. It was awesome. This was super fun. I appreciate you guys. If you're not on the Patreon, join the Patreon. In the future, my live streams are going to be going through Patreon almost exclusively. I'll do some on YouTube occasionally. They're going to be on Patreon a lot more. A ton of stuff coming to the Patreon soon. There is a free tier. I do post free stuff. So it's also a paid tier. It's the best way to support me if you would like to support. But I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's say a quick prayer here, and then we'll get out of here. So, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours now and forever. God, please bless everybody that's in this chat, that watch this live stream, even the enemies that might be here lurking with nefarious intentions, even the people who tell me that my sound is off when it's not. Every single person, please bless them with your infinite grace, mercy, and ever loving and lasting presence. And those of you who are on the fence, bring them closer to you. And those of us and those of the people who are not interested at all, please bless them, because they need it just as much as everybody else. All right, guys. Have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas. Christmas special coming next, baby. We did it. 2025 is in the books. Big things to come. Big things to come. Big things to come. Love you guys. Truly. Thank you. You guys have changed my life. Now change yours. Change your own. Peace. God bless.